When we think of charisma, it might seem like some people are just born with it. But here's the truth. Charisma is something you can develop. It's a skill, not a gift. And it's all about how you make others feel. Think about the most charismatic people you've met. Chances are, they didn't win you over with fancy words or flashy gestures. They made you feel valued. They probably asked you about your day, remembered something you said weeks ago, or even cracked a joke that made you laugh despite yourself. And here's the best part. Anyone can learn to do this. At its heart, charisma is about connection, but society doesn't always make it easy for us to build those skills. Take school, for example. It's designed as this perfect social training ground, where kids are surrounded by peers and get endless opportunities to talk, laugh, and build relationships. Yet, instead of nurturing social growth, schools often focus on rules: sit still, stay quiet, follow directions. That's why the kids who often grow up to be the most charismatic to be the rule breakers, the ones who talk too much in class or crack jokes at the wrong time. It's not that breaking rules equals charisma, but these kids get more practice being bold and expressing themselves. They're not afraid to speak their minds, even if it lands them in trouble. But don't worry, you don't need to be a class clown to develop charisma. It's something you can build as an adult, and it starts with a simple mindset shift. Instead of thinking, how can I get people to like me? Start asking, how can I make people feel good? Let's break it down with an example. Imagine someone asks for your help moving a heavy box. They say, hey, could you help me with this? It's kind of heavy, and I trust you not to drop it. Notice what they did? They smiled to make you feel comfortable, framed the request as a favor, and added that little touch about trusting you. Without realizing it, they made you feel valued and capable, all by how they phrased the ask. Now, here's the key. This isn't manipulation. At its core, charisma comes from genuine intentions. It's about looking for ways to uplift others, whether it's through a compliment, a helping hand, or even just listening. People might forget what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. Speaking of compliments, let's talk about being genuine. One of the fastest ways to kill your charisma is to give insincere praise or kiss up to people. Nobody likes flattery that feels fake. Instead, look for things you genuinely admire about someone and say them out loud. Often, the only difference between a charismatic person and someone who isn't is that the charismatic person shares the compliments they're already thinking. Another powerful tool? Banter. Banter is like social glue. It builds trust and connection in a way that formal conversations can't. Picture this. You're chatting with a friend who's always late. Instead of saying, "You're late again," you say, "Wow, I see you're keeping up your streak as the reigning champion of lateness." It's playful, it's light, and it shows you're comfortable enough to tease them. Of course, banter has its limits. It's not about making people feel bad or scoring points at their expense. True banter should make everyone in the conversation feel included and amused. If it's mean-spirited, it stops being banter and starts being hurtful, and that's the opposite of charisma. Now, let's go deeper. Beyond compliments and banter, one of the most impactful ways to build connection is to ask about someone's interests and actually listen. People love to talk about themselves and the things they care about, but so often we're distracted or waiting for our turn to speak. Charismatic people stand out because they're fully present in the conversation. If you want to take this even further, try acknowledging someone's achievements or strengths in a group setting. Maybe a friend recently finished a big project or has a hidden talent they're proud of. Highlighting these things shows you're paying attention and genuinely appreciate them. But here's the real game changer. Actions speak louder than words. Small gestures, like helping someone with a task, inviting them to join you for something fun, or even just remembering their favorite coffee order, can leave a lasting impression. These moments make people think, wow, they really care about me. And that feeling? That's true charisma. So, to sum it up, charisma isn't about being loud or flashy. It's about being genuine, making others feel valued, and building meaningful connections. Whether it's through a kind word, a playful joke, or a thoughtful action, you have the tools to become more charismatic. And if this video helped, consider hitting subscribe. It's a small gesture that means a lot to me.